Imagine being able to express yourself clearly and with confidence in any given situation. Communicating effectively isn't just a skill, it's a superpower that can help you improve your personal relationships. It can boost your professional career and, most importantly, bring in a lot of confidence and self-esteem in you. If you notice, most leaders are very good communicators, and that gives them the strength to be able to command their teams to get the work done. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 tips that can help you improve your communication skills. So watch this video till the very end to learn a few tips and tricks. But before that, I have a story to tell. Back in school, I was that introverted child who was scared to ask the teacher for permission to go to the bathroom. And I would often bunk school on days when our class had to present and read news in front of hundreds of people during the school assembly. And if I remember correctly, I was made fun of my English in grade 8 and 9 when I would pronounce words differently and wrongly. For example, thermometer, lipstick, banyan tree. And I remember my class teacher and my English teacher also made fun of me at that point. And that was very detrimental to my confidence, and as a result, during my school days, I was highly introverted and did not make a lot of friends. But fast forward to today, I'm no longer scared of voicing my opinion in the public. I have the confidence to present myself in front of the camera. I've been teaching for about 5 years, and in that process have helped hundreds of students learn about digital marketing. And I think my communication skills are perhaps one of the biggest strengths that I have. And here are 4 things that have helped me evolve from an introverted and shy person to a much more confident version of myself. Number 1, selling over the phone. So back in college, I started my gifting company, and I had to convince people to buy gifts for their loved ones over the phone. In the process of talking to thousands of people over the years, I realized my listening skills improved, and because of that, my communication skills improved. And not only that, it helped me bring in lakhs of revenue for my gifting business, Stone Santa. Number 2, writing. So when I was building my company, I did not have a lot of capital to do paid marketing. And the only way in which I could get discovered was write answers on Quora or write blogs so that people could discover me on Google. So for example, when you go to Google and search handmade portraits, Stone Santa comes at the top. In the past, I have written about 3.5 million words, and 3.5 million words later, I can see a drastic change in the way I can communicate. Writing has helped me think and think clearly. At the same time, it has helped me articulate myself better and concisely. Number 3, teaching. My entrepreneurial journey led me to teaching, and in the process of teaching, what I realized was I did not just have to communicate, I had to persuade the other side to learn a few things. And in that process, I saw myself evolve, and again, as a result, my communication skills improved significantly. Number 4, reading. So I wasn't much of a reader back in school. I started reading only in college, and in the past 7-8 years, I would have read hundreds of books. And in that process, a few things happened. 1, I learned to see things from a fresh perspective. 2, it helped me improve my imagination, and as a result, my communication skills improved. Now, before we start with the tips and tricks, I would want you to pause and ask yourself a question. Why is it that you want to improve your communication skills? And what aspects of communication do you want to improve? For example, do you want to improve your fluency and pronunciation? Or do you want to improve your conversational skills? Or do you want to just be more confident while communicating? Or maybe you want to improve your body language and the voice modulation that you have? Or do you just want to get better at public speaking? So spend some time, figure out the why and the what. Now there are 4 tips that we're going to talk about in this video that can help you improve your communication skills. We'll discuss all of these points in detail. Number 1, practice speaking. Number 2, start writing. Number 3, start reading. And number 4, start listening. We're going to elaborate on these points one by one. Tip number 1, practice speaking. One of the best ways to learn English and communication is to practice it, because no matter how much time you spend in grammar and vocabulary, it's not going to help you improve unless you practice. See, when you're starting off, you may mumble, fumble, you may be talking in broken sentences, but that's okay. The idea is to continue doing it. And the best way to do that is record yourself in front of the camera. So on day 1, you may be able to speak for 2, 3, 4 minutes. But if you continue doing that, what happens is you will be able to see the improvements in your communication. So if you compare day 1 to day 30 to day 60, you will see a drastic change in the way you communicate. Number 2, using AI agents like Google Gemini. So what you need to do is open up Google Gemini, click the recording button and talk to it. If you're talking in broken English, Google Gemini will give you feedback on how you can improve your structuring, how you can improve your grammar. So here is an example of how you can practice with Google Gemini. To talk to Google Gemini, and I'm going to ask it to help me improve my English with feedback on grammar and structuring of the sentences. All right, so let's start with an example. Hi Google Gemini, I am going to practice speaking English with you and you're going to help me improve my grammar and structure. Do not give me tips on how I can improve, just take the text that I'm giving you and give that feedback. Write okay if you have understood. Alright, let's get started. My name is Shashank. I am a student of engineering. I wanting to improve my English because I wanting good job, but I scared of talking in English to other people. And Shashank Sekhar on YouTube video telling that I practice English by talking to Google Gemini. So I am here. So please help me. You are my little friend, right? So now you can see on the screen that it has helped me clean my grammar a bit, and it's given me tips. Like for example, instead of wanting, you can use want or would like to. And then it has improved the structure of my sentence. For example, hi, my name is Shashank. I'm an engineering student and I'd like to improve my English to help me get a good job. I get a little nervous about speaking English to other people, but I heard on a Shashank Sekhar YouTube video that practicing with Google Gemini can help. So here I am. Can you be my little practice buddy? So that's how you can improve your sentences. You know, this AI agent can help and act like a friend or a tutor who will give you feedback on the sentences that you are framing, and with time you will see yourself improve. Number 3, speak to people around you, ask questions and be genuinely interested in their lives. For example, when I am traveling in a cab or I am interacting with other people I meet on a day-to-day basis, I am very curious about their lives and what they do. As a result, I've been able to learn a lot of things about their lives. At the same time, it has helped me improve my listening skills and my ability to ask questions. So on a day-to-day, whoever you meet, try to establish conversations with them. If you do not know what to talk, start asking questions, get truly interested in their lives, and you will be able to see yourself improve with time. Tip number 2, start writing. One of the best ways to improve your communication skills is to start writing, and writing has multiple advantages. Number 1, it helps you think and think with clarity. Number 2, it helps you improve the structuring of your sentences. As a result, you are able to articulate your thoughts better. And most importantly, number 3, it helps you communicate at scale. So most leaders in organizations, they write memos and emails which is then communicated to thousands of employees across the organization. So writing helps you communicate at scale. In fact, to quote Amazon has a culture of not using presentations in any of their meetings. All Amazon employees who need to discuss something in meetings need to write a 6-pager document which will then be anchored and referenced during the meetings. No PPTs at all. Now the question is what to write and where to write. Number 1, journaling helps. It not only improves your writing, but it can act as a warehouse of memories that you can access any point of time. Now I personally prefer using a physical journal to write, but if you are interested, you can use online journaling apps. Number 2, start writing on forums like Quora and Reddit. Now the best part about these forums is that there are many questions related to different topics out there. So you don't have to think of what has to be written. All you need to do is find something that interests you. It could be dance, it could be cricket, it could be entrepreneurship, it could be digital marketing. Find some questions related to those and start writing and documenting your thoughts. If you're not very confident about revealing your identity, you can always go anonymous, especially on Reddit. Number 3, start chatting with AI agents like ChatGPT or Google Gemini. All you need to do is give a prompt that, hey ChatGPT, hey Google Gemini, I want to practice my written skills with you and I want you to give me feedback, act like a friend or a tutor who is helping me improve my English. So even if you're not very confident of your grammar, punctuation, etc., all you need to do is write some broken sentences and then ChatGPT will give you all the feedback that you need to improve. If you do this practice every day, With time, you will see that your ability to write gets better. Now, there are extensions like Grammarly and Quillbot, which you can install as a Chrome extension. And what happens is, whatever you write, these extensions will give you feedback on improving your English, improving your structure of sentencing. And if you continue using these tools with time, you will see that your understanding of grammar, sentence structuring improves. Tip number 3, reading. Reading helps you build imagination. And the best part about books is that the author who has written the book is assimilating and condensing all of their knowledge into that one book. So it is the best way to learn new things, bring in a new perspective to life, and more importantly, improve your communication skills on the go. Now, whatever you read, if you're trying to read to improve your communication skills, what I would recommend is whatever you have read, try to write it down on a journal of whatever you have understood, or better, try to record yourself in front of the camera trying to explain whatever you have picked up from the book. Now, people often say that, hey, books are not my thing, I can't just read. Well, I disagree, because you're just one good book away from falling in love with reading. But theek hai, if you're not interested in reading, I will tell you the 4th tip. Start listening. Now, listening is one of the rare skills to have, because a lot of people listen to talk, not to actually listen. If you're able to develop your listening skills, your communication skills will improve automatically. Now the question is, what do I listen to? There are 3 things that you can listen to. 1, audiobooks. So if you do not like reading, you can listen to audiobooks on platforms like Audible, Kuku FM, Pocket FM. Number 2, you can listen to podcasts. A lot of experts have started podcasts or are appearing on podcasts where they're sharing their knowledge, and it is the next best thing to reading books. So listening to some podcasts can help. Number 3, watch the speeches delivered by great orators and leaders like Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, or our very own Mr. Narendra Modi. And while you're listening to these speeches, do not just focus on the words that are being communicated. Try to focus on their body language and the expressions that they use. There are tons of audiobooks, podcasts out there. So what are you waiting for? Go find something that interests you. Go find a person that interests you and try to see if they have a podcast, and just start listening to them. Another habit that you can pick up is start listening to podcasts while you're walking or exercising. Now, time for some advanced tips. As you advance in your journey of improving your communication skills, what you should start doing is focusing on other subtle behaviors which affects your communication skills. So for example, your body language and the expressions with which you speak greatly affect the effectiveness of your communication. Now, research says that your body language and your expressions constitute more than 90% when it comes to the effectiveness of your speech. So focus on the body language and your expressions. Number 2, tonality and voice modulation. In this video, you would have noticed that I'm modulating my voice at different points, and that has helped me stress on certain points such that the message can be communicated clearly to you. And you will see this in a lot of leaders and orators. They are very good at modulating their voice while they are talking. Number 3, develop a sense of who is your audience. So for example, when politicians go out to address farmers, the way in which they communicate, the content which they use is very different. Versus when they are addressing industrialists, the way in which they communicate, the language that they use changes completely. And you will notice this again in a lot of leaders and effective communicators. They mold their communication as per the audience. Number 4, storytelling. People remember stories, not facts, not figures, just stories. I started this video with a story, and as you progress in your communication journey, what you should do is you should start incorporating some stories in the way you communicate, because that helps the other person or the audience remember what you are saying. Mr. Modi, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, all of these folks were brilliant storytellers, and as a result, they were able to command the confidence and trust of thousands and lakhs of people across the globe. To conclude, improving your communication skills is a marathon. It may not happen in days, it may not happen in weeks. It can take months and years before you start seeing a lot of change in your communication skills. In fact, I am talking with a lot of confidence in front of the camera, and it took me about 5-6 years to get here. So be patient, be consistent, and continue trying hard to improve your communication skills. reading, writing, listening, and most importantly, practicing in front of the camera is something that can truly help you improve your communication. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a few things. And if you did, and if you found this video helpful, share this video with that one friend who could benefit from this video. And yes, do not forget to like and smash the subscribe button. If you have any other feedback for me or any tips to improve communication skills, put them down in the comments. And I will see you in the next video.